When this woman brought her old wedding dress to her local thrift store, she never expected to see it pop up on the news. The dress, which had made her feel like an actual princess, was now just collecting dust in her closet. So giving it a second life felt like the right thing to do. But then she heard the news reporter's story. Before we continue, if you enjoy mystery narrations that keep you guessing until the end, do me a huge favor and drop a like on this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for daily stories just like this one. Anna Davis had owned her wedding dress for nearly 8 years. It had been packed away in her closet, wrapped in tissue paper, and pushed to the very back, almost forgotten. She never thought she'd get rid of it, but something about this year made her feel it was time to let go. It wasn't that Anna had bad memories of her wedding. In fact, she remembered that day as one of the happiest in her life. However, her life had changed since then. She was now a wife and even a mother to a beautiful daughter. Anna had everything she wanted and needed all around her every day. And with this new stable chapter, Anna didn't need a dress to remind her of the good old days. It took up space in her wardrobe, while it could also make someone else's special day even more magical. So, that's why she chose to sell it, not knowing yet what consequences this decision would have. Her friends told her she should try selling the dress online since it would get her the largest sum. But Anna didn't feel right about that, and besides, she didn't need the money. She just wanted the dress to go to someone who might actually use it, instead of letting it gather dust. To give everyone a fair chance, Anna chose to donate it to a thrift store. Those places never asked top dollar for their items, and that way she knew that whoever bought the dress would be able to afford it, no matter the thickness of their wallet. But this would turn out quite differently than she expected. The thrift store on Maple Street was a little out of the way, but Anna always liked it. The workers were friendly and she knew they took care of the things people brought in. She folded the dress gently into a big white bag and drove it over her morning shift on Wednesday. It felt a little strange handing over something so personal, but it had to be done. The clerk, a middle-aged woman with kind eyes, asked if she was sure. Anna smiled and nodded, even though she felt a small ache in her chest. "Someone else will love it," she said quietly as she glanced down at the donation form. While the store clerk checked some final details on the dress before it could be placed in inventory, Anna used this time to do some leisure browsing through the store. She wasn't planning on buying anything, but somehow, thrift stores always felt fascinating to her. Anna wandered through the thrift store, brushing her hand across old jackets and faded jeans, letting herself relax a little after the drop-off. In the corner of her eye, she noticed the clerk had unzipped the dress bag and started examining it. It was highly confronting to see a strange woman inspect her bridal dress so practically. To her, it was a dress for the most wonderful day of her life. But to this clerk, it was an item that could make her money. So to save herself the heartache, Anna turned full, deciding to ignore whatever happened behind her. But as a result of this action, Anna did not see that the clerk's face slowly shifted from polite interest to visible concern. The lady ran her fingers carefully along the lining, pausing every few seconds. Anna browsed in the distance, unaware of what was happening. She held up a pair of shoes and estimated the sizing. After a minute, the clerk seemed genuinely disturbed by something. She looked up at Anna, her brow furrowed deeply. The thrift store clerk waved Anna over with a worried expression, loudly questioning if she was absolutely certain she wanted to part with the dress. Anna affirmed her decision, explaining that it had sat untouched for years and she had no intention of remarrying. The clerk scrutinized Anna before asking if she was the dress's original owner. When Anna insisted she was the only one to have ever worn it, the woman leaned in to inspect the fabric again, making a soft, frustrated sound that signaled she wasn't convinced. Sensing a strange shift in the atmosphere, but realizing she was terribly late for her hair appointment, Anna panicked. She cut the interaction short. She snatched her donation receipt and bolted for the door, ignoring the clerk's anxious attempts to call her back. As Anna sped away, silently praying for light traffic, she checked her rearview mirror and saw the clerk standing in the doorway, staring after her, an unsettling image she quickly dismissed to focus on the road. Little did she know that this single decision at the thrift store would soon come back to haunt her. Miraculously, the roads were clear, allowing her to arrive at the salon only 5 minutes late. She hurried in, offering a breathless apology before the stylist simply waved it off and ushered her into the chair. Anna settled into the chair, greeting her hairdresser, Megan, and started talking about her morning. She mentioned how she'd just donated her wedding dress. Megan listened while already parting Anna's hair, to make up for lost time. The hair coloring treatment was set to last about 2.5 hours, so they didn't want to waste precious minutes. Megan wasn't really interested in Anna's stories, but pretended to care, since that was how she was trained. Her skilled hands moved quickly as she worked the paste through Anna's hair and wrapped the foil sheets into place. But pretty soon, Anna's dress would be hard to ignore inside this salon. While Megan moved between her and other clients, Anna chatted lightly with the two women sitting across from her. They swapped stories about old clothes and odd finds, laughing about thrift store treasures and the strange things people sometimes gave away. Anna liked the easy, shallow conversation. It helped the time pass. After nearly 2 hours, Anna found herself gazing absent-mindedly around the salon. Her eyes landed on the small television mounted high in the corner, barely noticeable among the shelves of hair products and rows of magazines. The TV was set to a news channel, but the sound was off, drowned out by the music on the radio. Then suddenly, Anna's eyes widened. On the screen, she saw the thrift store she had visited just a few hours ago. The front door, and even the familiar sign in the window, were unmistakable. In the middle of a crowd stood the same clerk, the woman with the kind but worried eyes, now surrounded by reporters. Anna leaned forward in her chair, her heart starting to pound. The clerk on TV was holding up Anna's wedding dress, shaking it gently as she spoke to the cameras. Bright microphones and a breaking news banner flashed on the salon TV, causing Anna's breath to catch as she recognized her dress on the screen. She frantically signaled for Megan to turn up the volume, but the hairdresser was distracted by a snack and the blaring pop music. Seeing Anna's visible panic, other patrons intervened, waving and shouting until they finally caught Megan's attention. Megan grabbed the remote and boosted the volume, but the timing was disastrous. Anna watched the thrift store clerk point at the dress just as the reporter signed off with a vague comment about a discovery, immediately cutting to a commercial. Left stunned and confused, Anna tensely urged Megan to finish immediately. Sensing the sudden urgency, the stylist worked in silence, quickly rinsing and drying Anna's hair. When Megan expressed concern, Anna barely acknowledged her, offering only a distracted nod as she focused entirely on rushing back to the thrift store. When the blow-dry was done, Anna paid, thanked Megan, and hurried out the door. Rushing through the parking lot, Anna unlocked her car and climbed inside, her hands trembling as she started the engine. This was supposed to be a peaceful afternoon. Instead, she was now tangled in something she couldn't make sense of. The image of her dress on the news wouldn't leave her mind. Driving back to the thrift store, Anna watched the city roll by in a blur. She tried to imagine what she would say to the clerk. What could be so special about her white ribbon dress? The questions circled in her head as she neared the place where she last saw her donation. When she arrived, Anna saw that most of the news crews were already packing up their cameras and equipment. The sidewalk was littered with cables, camera bags, and news vans. Some reporters were still there, interviewing the clerk, who stood near the entrance holding Anna's wedding dress up for the remaining cameras. Anna parked as close as possible and hurried toward the store. "Excuse me, sorry, passing through," she muttered, squeezing past a cameraman and a woman with a large microphone. Nobody seemed to notice her in the rush. Finally, she reached the clerk, who was now surrounded by empty coffee cups and reporters' notepads. Anna burst in, breathless, asking if the clerk remembered her. The woman confirmed she did, but when Anna pointed to the dress and demanded an explanation for the TV broadcast, the atmosphere turned cold. A passing reporter briefly chimed in about the unbelievable discovery before vanishing, leaving Anna to face the clerk alone. When Anna insisted the dress was hers, the clerk pulled the garment closer and lied, claiming the shop had possessed it for months. Desperate, Anna produced her donation receipt, but the clerk dismissed it with a glance. The paper merely listed an item and lacked a signature, a detail Anna had overlooked in her earlier rush. Realizing the clerk was exploiting her mistake to keep the valuable dress, Anna begged her to check the security footage. The woman sharply refused, stating the cameras were off limits. She cut the conversation short, flipping the sign to closed and pulling down the shutters, leaving Anna stranded outside with no answers. Left on the sidewalk, Anna stood in disbelief as the shop lights dimmed. She watched through the glass as the clerk hurried through the shop, locking every door. Anna realized the woman was closing early on purpose, just to keep Anna from pushing the issue. Anna's heart thudded with a mix of anger and helplessness. With nowhere else to go, Anna stepped away from the door and called her husband. She tried to steady her voice as she explained everything: the dress, the news, the clerk's denial. He abruptly promised to handle the situation and hung up, leaving Anna pacing the parking lot in confusion. Spotting a lingering reporter, she approached him to understand the media frenzy. He revealed the shocking truth. The gown was a rare Swarovski original encrusted with actual emeralds valued at $90,000. Anna was stunned. Years ago, she had purchased the dress online for a mere $800, assuming the custom-made piece relied on cheap glass imitations. When the reporter confirmed the gems were authentic, Anna couldn't hold back. She confessed that she had donated the dress just that morning and that the shop owner was now falsely claiming ownership. Her desperate honesty immediately hooked the reporter, who realized the treasure find was actually a potential theft. He stopped packing up his gear, knowing that there was more story here to be told. Anna's heart skipped when she saw her husband step out of his car, police officers at his side. Together, they approached the thrift store and knocked firmly on the door. The store owner hesitated, but, seeing the police, reluctantly opened up. The small group stepped inside, tension thick in the air. One of the officers spoke calmly but firmly. "Ma'am, you can't refuse to return someone's property or ignore their requests if it's been wrongly withheld." The store owner tried to stand her ground, insisting again that Anna had never donated the dress and was making up the story to cause trouble. But Anna's husband reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone. He opened a video footage from their wedding. The screen showed Anna, unmistakably, in the exact same dress, dancing with her husband and smiling for the camera. The news reporter started recording, capturing everything for the evening broadcast. Everyone in the store watched the screen as Anna's first dance and cake-cutting moments played out. The dress, with its sparkling stones, was clearly the same. The store owner's face fell as the truth became impossible to deny. With a heavy sigh, she handed the dress back to Anna, her grip lingering in defeat. Overwhelmed with relief, Anna clutched the retrieved gown and vowed to her husband that it would remain a family heirloom for their daughter. Days later, seeking answers about the dress's true history, Anna emailed the original seller. She was surprised by an immediate invitation to a video call, which she nervously accepted. On screen, an older man revealed himself to be the current owner of Swarovski. He explained that he had personally crafted the dress and sold it anonymously for a pittance, driven by the simple belief that every bride, regardless of her budget, deserved a masterpiece on her wedding day. Anna listened, amazed. It was the exact reason she had brought her dress to the thrift store, to give someone else a special moment, no matter their means. The story had come full circle, and Anna smiled, knowing she and her family would treasure the dress and its story for generations to come. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss amazing tales like this one.